please, Rachel here. So I'm gonna do, I guess, a vlog and a reading video together. So it might be a little longer than usual. But, yeah. Thinking about, what am I thinking? Yeah, I'm gonna read, Ice King's story for you guys. And it's early in the morning. It's about 3:45 in the morning. Because I can't sleep, and there's Tater in the background. Cleaning his little face. But yeah, so I'm gonna do that, and I think I'm gonna, make this my last video. I don't know about ever, but, at least for a while. I don't feel like doing them anymore. And to those who look forward to my videos, apologize. And for those who don't look forward to my videos, but still watch them for whatever reason, you're welcome. But yeah, I think I'm gonna make this my last video. Just don't really feel like doing them anymore. Sorry. Okay. So let's start the video. Sorry, trying to find it. There it is. Ice King. It's on autofocus. I don't know why it's not focusing. Focus. It's not focusing. What the heck? There we go. Nope. Oh, whatever. I don't know if you can hear this or not. I'm so unorganized. Playing music from someone's video, which they did a very good job. It's a compilation of Adventure Time songs. Credit to CookiezEater. Okay, Ice King. The doddering fool who calls himself Ice King, of course, rules the Ice Kingdom in land of Oo. His powers allow him to conjure the absence of heat and thereby throw ice lightning, transport glaciers via telekinesis, create weird beings out of frozen substances, flash freeze his enemies, and precipitate malevolent snow, sleet, and hailstorms on cue from the mystical core of the nimbostratus. Ice King's powers are contained in his little crown, without which the insane idiot is powerless. His crown was apparently the cause of his insanity, as well as the magical agency that transformed him into a freakish abomination of flesh, with his goblinic nose, empty white eyes, and long, filthy white beard. I know from experience that when you are in his presence, up close and personal, the stench of his beard alone, unwashed for years at a time, would make an entire herd of alpine yaks heave and retch. Especially avoid him on a day he happens to soil his robes. The history of the Ice King. I have in my possession a VHS copy of a documentary that shows the origin of the Ice King and all manner of unpleasantries surrounding the cloud of his past. Here's the story of this renowned idiot of Oo. Still not focusing, you piece of junk. whatever. Before the Mushroom War, Ice King was a human named Simon Petrikov. Yes, he was an Imbeclic human, I can't say that word for something, human being, a wannabe antiquarian specializing in the study of ancient arcane artifacts. Petrikov was engaged to be married to a rather bland and banal human female named Betty, whose nickname was Princess. Through his work, he bought an ancient bejeweled crown that had been discovered, frozen in a glacier in Scandinavia. In the worst move of his insignificant life, he brought an ancient crown home, showed it to Betty, and put it on his head to amuse her. But no amusement was to be had. Instead, the horror began. When the naive ninny placed it on his scrawny skull, the crown blasted Petrikov with a surge of powerful supernatural energy. He shrieked and tried to rip it off his head. But the crown wasn't going anywhere. The jewels began to glow, and Petrikov was engulfed in a swirling cloud of dark energy. His hair turned white, his fingernails turned black and fell off, the pupils of his eyes turned a ghastly, empty white. When Petrikov came to, his beloved Betty fled forever, was never seen again. What happened? The confused and disoriented fleshpod had no memory of what he had done, or where his beloved had gone. During the transformation, did he somehow scare away his princess? Simon never saw or heard from Betty again, and her disappearance was the beginning of his spiral into despair and miasma of madness. Gnashing his teeth and foaming at the mouth, the increasingly insane creature struggled with himself to remove the crown, one hand fighting the other to get it off his head. And when he finally succeeded, he was terrified as he heard hissing voices and a hypnagogic swirl of supernatural visions. His skin turned blue, his nose twisted and elongated like a carrot. His teeth became pointy and his body temperature plummeted far below that of a normal human. To his credit, the rapidly cooling dunderhead knew he was losing his mind, so he began to recover himself, narrating his quaint story on VHS tape, leaving a record of his bizarre transformation from human moron to demented magical freak. While he was taping one of these pathetic video diaries, a sudden explosive earthquake rocked his house and rent the earth asunder, cleaving the foundation in twain and crushing the house on its side. He climbed from the rubble, looked to the horizon, and in the distance he saw a horror. The world was filled with explosions that were setting the land of Ooh aflame from horizon to horizon. The human cretins had succeeded in their program to extinguish themselves from existence, and their insane mushroom war had begun. According to the VHS, which I watched while sipping ice-cold lemonade and crunching on tacos, the ancient crown's supernatural power kept Petrikov's flesh from burning in atomic fires. He scrambled hysterically into the burning forest, crawled between two giant rocks, and found an enormous cavern. Once inside, he willed the crown to conjure a blizzard, burying him under a protective blanket of snow and ice. A transcript from Petrikov's pathetic video diary. Hello, my name is Simon Petrikov. I am now recording this tape so that people will know my story. I don't know why it's not fucking... Anyways, a transcript from Petrikov's pathetic video diary. Hello, my name is Simon Petrikov. I am recording this tape so that people will know my story. I was studying to be an antiquarian of ancient artifacts. Now I believed in the supernatural. I never believed in the supernatural stuff myself, just out of fascination with superstition. But everything changed when I came into contact with this item. After purchasing this crown from an old dock worker in northern Scandinavia, I brought it home and excitedly showed my fiancée Betty, and jokingly put it on my head just for a laugh or something. And that's when it started. The visions! I fought with them, shouted at them until I realized none of it was real. It was the crown. I quickly took it off and saw my fiancé in front of me, looking at me with such contempt. What had I said? What had I done when I wore this crown? All I know is I never saw Betty again. Since then I now see the visions always, whether or not I wear the crown. They tell me the secrets of the ice and snow, that the power of the crown will save me with its frost. I don't yet know what this means. As you can see, my skin is beginning to turn blue. My body temperature has been dropping at a supernatural rate. I don't know when it will end. I'm really scared. I know my mind is changing, but I'm already too far gone to know what to do. I want people to know that if I do things that hurt anyone, please forgive me. Just watch over me until I can find my way out of this labyrinth in my brain and regain my sanity. And then maybe, Betty, my princess, maybe you will love me again. Please, love me again, Betty. As many years, likely centuries, rolled by, the hibernating fool eventually thawed from a block of ice and revived like a frozen mastodon. Crawling out on all fours, he emerged from the cave to find the once scarred and blackened landscape transformed. It was now alive and flourishing, with green plant life covering the ancient charred ruins. However, he was now quite mad. Petrikov was gone, and in his place was Ice King, growing more insane every day. But knowledge of his original identity was still buried somewhere in his subconscious by the supernatural power of the Ice Crown. A piece of Petrikov's personality still affected the Ice King and created in him a strange and desperate desire to marry a princess. And now, lonely and grouchy, Ice King spends his days kidnapping and imprisoning the various princesses of Oo without knowing why. The rumors concerning Ice King. I admit that the senile fool is a passable musician. He practices drum solos and plays keyboards and other instruments strewn about his castle. Although I hear they've jammed together, nothing this fool plays compares to the evil musicianship of my lovely daughter. His filthy, horrible-smelling beard has magical powers of its own, can move like an appendage, shapeshift into a weapon, or sprout wings that allow him to fly, although he resembles a senile nincompoop when he flies in this absurd manner. My sources tell me that the insane king brags about being a master of the ice ninja art of Fujitsu, but in reality often knocks himself out with his own pair of nunchucks. When he shaves off his beard, he behaves so differently that people call him the Nice King. Ice King has a tattoo of a penguin on his butt, which common sense dictates it's better left forever unseen. Symptomatic of his demented confusion, Ice King once accidentally married Jake. Like many Uyan fools, Ice King is addicted to video games, and his favorite game is Battle Babe. Once, if Ice King's most lurid hobbies is to fill his bathtub with milk and take a bath while imagining that he's a magical angel floating through the Milky Way. Sources say he often falls asleep with his eyes open, a sight that creeps out the most black-hearted villain. Strange rumors circulating through the land of Oo states that Ice King wears a golden locket with pictures of two people inside, Finn and Jake. I leave you, O reader, to draw your own hideous conclusions. Okay. That's it. What else to say? I don't know. It's been fun. But maybe, possibly, I don't know. We'll see. I'll see you guys again. Maybe. But, we'll see. Alright, lots of love. Bye.